No intro? Okay.
No intro.
Hello!
We're off to a blinding start, aren't we?
Top class.
Welcome to The Think It's All Over, your weekly football podcast that thankfully doesn't take itself too seriously. Liam, Andy, Crippy, we have a full house. How are we doing, gentlemen?
All good.
The band is back
Yeah,
together.
good, mate, yeah.
We've gone very leagues tonight, Andy.
I have, yeah.
Is it because you've been missing for so long and there's been so little Leeds content on the channel that you have to make up for it?
That's it. I've been dumped off now. I've been relegated, haven't I?
Aye, your team
Been,
doesn't
been,
on the 60
been relegated myself.
It's all right. Liam will be joining you next season, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll pass you on the way up.
It was a bit horrible drive-by, wasn't it? Unnecessary for so early in the show. I do apologise. However, it does lead nicely into our opening point of it being a shite weekend for, well, all of us, really.
All of us, yeah.
Let's have a look. Luton, West Ham got us underway on Friday. Liam and Andy, the only ones to get their West Ham win. I honestly thought Luton would have put some extra effort in being the first home game.
Me too. They can't defend.
No.
It could have been more goals, couldn't it, as well? It wasn't as if it was close. West Ham could have run away with that.
Yeah, you probably should have. I think they might have been feeling charitable. Next up, so close.
Great
for 2
picture.
goals.
Yeah,
I know it's quality in it.
that's good.
2 goals, Liam. Must be liking that.
We'll get on to it, won't we? Let's be honest.
I'm sure we will. As far as predictions go, me and you, Liam, not doing yourself any favours. Crippy and Andy.
Yeah, call that one.
I will say, spoiler alert, not one single green this week.
Ooh.
Pretty fucking dire. Brentford and Bournemouth. And another confession, I've watched no other highlights this weekend because I fucking hate football at the minute.
Brentford are robbed, by the way.
So there's going to be some points that we'll go through tonight that I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. The smile and nod.
All Reds. Bournemouth. You say Bournemouth were robbed?
Brentford are robbed.
Brentford were robbed.
All over them.
They didn't have
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah, well then. No one saw that coming, did they?
No.
Burnley and Spurs.
Can I just say, Madison's celebration started to annoy me. I don't know about you boys. It was kind of all right. Yeah, I liked it, but it's like he's really forcing it, and he's like, it's quite long. I'm like, starting to irritate me a bit. And all his teammates are joining in. It's like, oh, careful. Be really careful there.
I don't think there's anyone who's got a decent signature celebration right now. Do you?
No. I liked Neves. Neves one I used to like. I like that. I liked Vertonghen's Superman one, but obviously they've gone now. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, thank you. Man City, Fulham, fuck hell. They're just unstoppable, aren't they, Man City?
Yeah.
To be fair, Fulham was robbed as well, wasn't they, with that offside goal?
Yeah, but what difference was it going to make in the grand
Oh yeah,
scheme of
yeah.
This was mint. Just injected into my veins. I'll have that all day. I don't care that we all got that wrong. That's mint.
Same.
Fuck off. That was
you all back to me.
Watch.
You all back to me.
I know. I had a go at you, and you know, you're right, and you were still conservative.
Yeah. No frisky.
We'll come on to that shit later as well. Uncle Y snatching a win, which we all predicted. These fuckers.
Yeah.
Justified, deserved.
Oh God, it could have been 6 or 7. They ran us ragged. They were very good, Liverpool. They look the real deal.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Very.
But yeah, you didn't back your own team to win, and
No.
Liam got one there as well. Muller Rice.
That was fantastic.
In Arsenal.
What's funny though, Liam was right in like the 86th minute. Liam was like spot on, and then an armpit. Yeah, he got robbed by like an armpit. So yeah, I feel gutted for him.
So, Crippy leads to the top, and the rest of us are just 1 point behind. It's fucking tight.
It is.
Wow.
The other league table. Yeah. Everton off the bottom though. Still in the relegation.
Flying.
For what it's worth. For what it's worth. Oh, Mr. Kenny's with us.
All right, Jack.
Respectful words about Liverpool crowd. Yeah,
if anyone saw the game, I couldn't say anything else.
We have to police ourselves because Jack's in the comments. He doesn't like to rag on Liverpool. Okay, so yeah, shite weekend for all of us really. Leeds, Andy, draw.
Yeah, 0-0. Just all off and puff again. They had the better chances. To be fair, they probably could have nicked it. To be fair, they had the better chances. I don't think we had a meaningful, decent attack. We just get so far. They just played a low block 5-4-1. We got just passing it around the box literally for the full game. Couple of half chances, but no, didn't do enough to win it either. So yeah, crap.
Yeah. Why we've got you then? Because it's been a few weeks. Sum up Leeds' start of the season.
Looks all right. We're actually playing decent football. We've only lost one game, and that's from a last-minute penalty. I think we're going to need the new players. We've just brought in 9 new players, so they're going to need some sort of time to gel and get together. But the signs are there. You can see what you're trying to do. We're playing out from the back, and we're building up, and we're playing good football. It's just this international break come at a good time for us, to be fair. So hopefully they can put it into practice. We just need to come up with a tactic to beat a low block because we're just all off and puff, and especially when we're at home, teams are just going to turn up 5-4-1, frustrate, and that's what they've been doing. But like I say, we've won one game with Ipswich, which I didn't expect to win. Went there, they're top of the league. That was an ace game, 4-3. But yeah, you can see what you're trying to do. As long as I said, if you remember, I said, as long as we sort of challenge within 3 years or go up within 3 years and improve year on year, I think we'll be all right. But yeah,
not expecting to bounce back first time then.
No, not for losing all them players. I mean, we've lost 17 players have gone out, and we brought 9 in. So
yeah, I was going to say 9 in, 46 out the door.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But I'm quite pleased with, obviously, if we're going to discuss it, but I'm quite pleased with our transfer window, apart from the rat going on deadline day, obviously.
You kept one rat, though.
Say that again, Liam. I didn't hear you, mate.
You kept one rat.
Yeah, we kept one rat, who actually been all right since. He played his first game back and scored, so it was like everyone forgot because he'd scored. He got booed until he scored, then everyone was like, yay, we love him.
Oh, he's the best player we ever had.
To be fair, I'd rather have got rid of Nonto and kept Sinistera, to be fair, if we was going to get rid of one of them. But legal battles and stuff don't work well with us, so we just let him go.
Off you folks.
Yeah.
Right. We'll come on to our transfer window opinions and whatnot. So I'm going to work down the list because Crippy's done a fucking madness on the run sheet. The backwards turn 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's me.
It's like War and Peace. Our Man City winning the league. Squad looks settled. I honestly cannot see anybody else close to Man City right now.
They've just replaced Gundogan. Kovacic looks good. That Doku who joined looks really sharp on the wing. Just can beat a man, whip a ball in. You know, he's just an absolute live wire. And obviously Haaland's scoring like nothing's changed. So got no flaws, have they? Really?
Yeah, Haaland, man. It was always a question: could he do it 2 seasons in a row?
Yeah.
It's just no.
It's just fitness with him because, like I said, Dortmund, he was insane. He just his last season or 2, he just picked up little niggle injuries. But obviously, Man City spent so much money on getting a team around him to make sure that he's eating right and make sure he's recovering right, and that's why he's been able to play every game. They've really stopped him from having a life outside of football, so he can, so he can stay fit.
Literally has to be in that box, the 18 box, 6 yards.
He doesn't contribute anywhere else on the pitch. Yeah.
Need to, does he?
We'd all take it though, wouldn't we? We'd all have him in the team, definitely with an heartbeat.
Yeah, without even a question. He's one of those players, isn't he, that like he could be on the shit list for doing something stupid, but you'd like, please get involved or whatever. But he gets straight back into the team when he gets round it.
Yeah.
He's just too good. I'm not condoning that he goes out and fucking beats people just to test the team. Haaland on a rampage. Next, we're just going to rattle through these, aren't we, Crippy? That was your intention.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Kai Havertz struggling at Arsenal, and dive into what's new there.
Yeah.
Anyone expect Havertz to be good at Arsenal?
No.
Mm-hmm.
How much
I'm so surprised they signed him. 60 odd.
Yeah, it's a love that.
Madness, isn't it?
It's daft.
His confidence is shot. Because he wasn't good at Chelsea, so he joined Arsenal with low confidence still, and now he's having a rough start. It's just piling up on him. And like I say, the dive that he did against Man United was just pathetic as well. It's just like it's desperate times for him right now.
Like I said, never watched it because fuck football. But I'll get around to it at some point, I'm sure.
but he'll get dropped eventually, won't he? Then that's going to be even harder for him to get back in the team because Arsenal is good. You know, Arsenal are decent.
I just don't see what position he needs to play because he's supposed to be like a false 9. That's why he was at Leverkusen, weren't he? False 9, 10.
Yeah. But surely with Odegaard there, you don't need him, do you? Odegaard can kind of do that.
Yeah.
Push up a little bit.
They don't play like a 4-3-3. They don't even do that.
Yeah.
They play like 3 at the back, don't they? But it's just
because Jesus floats, doesn't he? Jesus floats from the number 9 role. So yeah, it does seem that Havertz isn't required in that team. And obviously Arteta doesn't like luxury players that don't contribute both sides of the game. And Havertz only does one thing. He's doing it badly at the moment. So not great.
Speaking of doing it badly, Nick Pope was dropped from the England team and then went straight ahead and justified why. Well, what was he doing, man? Fucking hell. What was he doing?
Got excited. Got a little bit excited.
Racing out of his box, just clear out a play, mate.
And then the Madison, it was not the Madison goal. What was it?
Gilmore.
The Ferguson goal. Sorry, Ferguson goal from distance. I thought he probably could have done better with.
It looked like
quite far right.
It was in the corner
first. I looked at it again, and Ferguson was just given every opportunity to hit any point in that net he wanted.
Yeah,
because nobody closed him down. But it was the Billy Gilmore shot. Like, why did he try and catch that?
Yeah.
Nobody's catching it.
Parry safety, yeah.
Like in cartoon, he'd have gone through the net with the ball. Make a fist, just fucking punch it.
Yeah.
Or like just divert it around. I just don't understand what he was doing. The annoying thing is, in between those two incidents, in between the shit clearance and the Billy Gilmore fumble, he makes a cracking save.
You're going to talk about Ash.
What?
You answer that?
Oh, you bring that up there? Sorry.
Yeah.
You don't want to answer that now.
Oh, he's in, isn't he? He's in with his fucking teeth. He's got a point now. Yeah, it's like there's something going on at Newcastle at the minute. I think all of the belief that they had last season has turned into expectation now, and they're all shitting it. So I think this international break's come at the right time just to get everyone to calm the fuck down.
And you're a target, obviously, aren't you? It's like with Leeds in the Championship. Everyone looks like this is our cup final. We'd love to get rid of Newcastle, shut them up a bit, shut up the media, all that kind of stuff. So teams are going to want to stick it to you a bit more than others.
Yeah.
That respect,
the
cat's on a madness.
Yeah, we know it all the time. Teams are going to just up their game a bit when they play us. It's just how it is. We know we're never going to play a team who's not up for it ever. So we've got 46 cup finals.
Yeah,
that's it.
Anyway, moving on. Oh no, we're not moving on because the next one's Evan fucking Ferguson.
Yeah, I had to.
Ferguson could be a class act. I would argue that he already is.
Yeah.
Newcastle were linked with him in the summer, and obviously because of that, I had to look into him and do a bit of research on him, and he's phenomenal.
Yeah,
and he showed it at the weekend.
You wonder
You
wonder how much they would actually ask for if someone was to inquire about him with the money they make off players. What do you think they'd ask for? 150?
100 million.
Yeah, the media said
now he's just gone and done this. He's probably added another 50 million on.
Yeah.
He's got a deal for like 5 more years, I think they said as well. So Brighton have got no intention of letting him go for cheap. And we know they'll sell eventually. They're happy to do so, but they're going to maximise his value, aren't they?
Yeah.
They'll give him this season, and as long as he continues this form, they can ask pretty much whatever they want for him in the summer.
Yeah.
They might try and hang on to him for another year just for a change, but
if they stay top 16,
otherwise they'll move him on and watch him fail like Cucurella and Caicedo. It's amazing, isn't it? Like, these players look like worldies for Brighton, and then they move them on for ridiculous sums and they crumble.
Yeah,
like a wet cake.
Because the structure at Brighton is what makes them succeed. It's a different reputation, different pressure than when you move to another club. It's the same with Basuma at Tottenham. He had a really bad first year, didn't he? He struggled with the change, but now he's kind of settled. It looks like Ange's a different kind of manager, different kind of culture there now, and now he's thriving. So definitely there's a culture at Brighton where they're allowing these players to express themselves. Oh boy.
Perry's back. I mean, you didn't have to bring Newcastle into it, Perry. You're a Liverpool fan. You just focus on that. Chicken Tikka's not leaving Liverpool. He is like. We'll come on to that later on.
Oh yeah.
Akanji's VAR controversial goal. Someone's going to have to talk me through this one.
Liam.
Simple as that.
Yeah, go on, Liam. Liam, go on.
Hacky header, and he's just. Thing is, he's offside. He's like 2 yards in front of Leno, but he's to the right of him. But he's like made a movement to the ball, so Leno's like stuttered and then actually gone for the ball. But apparently, it's not interfering with play, and it's not a clear and obvious error according to VAR. Marco Silva's kicked off, and then Dermot Gallagher straight away was like, "Yeah, it's offside." I don't know why they've not given it.
Yeah,
it's not even difficult. It's not even difficult.
Dermot Gallagher, who's not in the VAR studio, doesn't have all the angles on the computers.
It's such an easy decision to give. Clear interference.
That was to make it 2-0, 2-1. I can't remember.
Yeah,
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah,
So that goal mattered.
Yeah, like that changed, and it was just before half time, wasn't it? So it actually is a confidence.
In the after thing, Haaland said they've been robbed, and he said I'd be pissed off if it was us.
Yeah.
So,
because if that's not interference, what is? What is interference on offside interference if not exactly that? When you're in the way of the goalkeeper, your movement makes the goalkeeper change their movement, and then, like I say, it leads to a goal. You've benefited from it. So I don't know what the definition is if not that.
The exact same incident happened in the Villa game with Salah offside for Soboslai's goal. But he doesn't move for the ball. He's just there not in the way, but in an offside position. The ball goes nowhere near him, but still in an offside position.
Yeah.
Whereas if he makes a movement, then obviously Martinez can say, "Oh, he's offside. He's taking my eye off the ball."
Exactly.
Wouldn't have got it, but it was worth a shout. But
I was so surprised that they didn't chuck that off. It seemed like such the obvious decision to do, but they've botched a few this weekend as always. So yeah.
We'll come on to a few. I imagine. Do you listen to the what's it called? The Rest is Football podcast, Lineker, Shearer and Mika Richards?
I don't.
They were on about VAR on the latest episode, and they were on about teams getting an apology, and it seemed to hit a nerve because Micah Richards just went, "Fuck your apologies." what good does that do?
It's true, isn't it? What good does that do if you've been relegated? Oh, but we've got 4 apologies. Thanks, that could have been 12 points. You know what I mean, or whatever. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's the way we say it every week, don't we? If it could come down for a case of one team to a case of 1 point for staying in the league or getting relegated, and that 1 point could have been, just a stupid fucking decision that they got an apology for, but you're going down anyway.
The worst one is they made a rod for their back having the thing of we're not going to get it if it's not a clear and obvious error, because that leaves the scope wide open where it's like, oh no, we're wrong, but we're not that wrong. So it's like, well, hold on a minute, how does that work? You know, it wasn't that big of a thing.
How do you quantify what's wrong?
Exactly.
There's no level.
We know we can't trust referees' impartiality, can we? With bloody Mike Dean talking about it and whatnot. So they've really got to be black and white about this stuff.
The other issue is obviously, what's his face? Who's the ball fella? Howard Webb saying, "Oh, we're not going to interfere. We're not going to interfere. We're going to stick with the on-field decisions." Who's the only team this season to have had an on-field review? Man United. Who's the only team that have had a? Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's blatant, and that's what's annoying about it. Parents, if you look at last season, Newcastle were on form to start, and Liverpool were losing out straight away around. Watch this space. Yeah, Newcastle have to pick up, and Wrexham are playing Newcastle. Yes, indeed. No, it's Wrexham first to play Newcastle under 21s. Come on, man.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a fair fight.
Emerson had a goal ruled out for offside. Looked on in the build-up. Anyone want to chip in on that?
Did anyone else do that? In the it was his teammate. The ball was passed into his teammate, and the teammate was given offside for collecting the ball on the run. But in the replay, it showed that they were like half a yard behind the defender or something, and it was just sort of glossed over. I wasn't sure if I missed something, but I looked. I was like, why was that given off when it was clearly on? That baffled me. That. It was the West Ham game. It was West Ham with Mikel Antonio.
Yeah, no, I've seen the goal, and I think I remember looking at it thinking, well, who's offside? But again, it was literally, I watched a highlight and that was it. I didn't think anything of it.
Because the only two people involved were Mikel Antonio and Emerson who scored. So I was like, well, Antonio's not offside, so the goal should stand. So that was a weird one.
Ward-Prowse handball dismissed by VAR.
I didn't see that.
They admitted that on match the day afterwards that that could have been given, and that would have meant that who did they play? West Ham. I can't remember, but that would have been an important goal. So
it was Luton they played, wasn't it?
Yes, that would have leveled the game, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would have leveled the game right to death. So that probably, if that was in the reverse, ball, the corner like comes over, he jumps up in the air, doesn't get the ball, hits his arm.
You probably didn't want to go into Janine's back garden or something. It's a bit late now. I can't be going around there.
Janine's watching Coronation Street. We can't go in and disturb me now.
Very fortunate though, because he obviously, if he doesn't touch the ball with his hand, it might go to a Luton player who has a chance there. But because it does hit his hand, the ball goes away. So incredibly lucky that wasn't given. Weird that they didn't check, and overturn. But yeah.
Before we move down the list, I suppose while we're talking about shit refereeing, we have to talk about the Everton game because Jesus H. Christ, mate. You must have just given up on football after that.
I'm used to it. This is the thing, I'm used to it.
But you shouldn't have to be.
It was so bad. I mean,
we've been used to it for the past 3 seasons.
I know, it was so bad, but like, the shot that we got the corner from hits his arm. And then they're asking for a penalty. He's like, no, it's a corner. It goes to VAR and it's like done within seconds. It's like, what are you on about?
His arm was quite far away from his body.
That probably could have been a handball. I'm like, we better score from this corner. Luckily we did. And then there's a whole penalty that we didn't get as well, the second one, where Danjuma just gets dragged down. Then they're saying it was on the edge of the box, which he didn't continue inside the box, when it clearly did. Then they were saying it was on the line, but then the ball wasn't on the line. And then he drew his wall, and that was a shambles.
That was so funny.
At all.
I've never seen anything like that.
What the fuck is going on?
I thought Young was going to lamp the ref.
The thing is, obviously, when I'm saying all this in the chat, you must be thinking, oh, here he is again. Same old, everything to get nothing. I'm like, this is what annoys me. Because Jack doesn't listen to me whenever it's like, oh, yeah, of course, you didn't get that decision, you didn't get that one. Yeah, everything's always hard done by. We were. It's so obvious.
Fucking evident this week. It was that thing so with the free kick line, man. Oh, you
It's
don't
just
want to be that far back.
made
Well, I'll
me
draw
laugh.
you another one. There you go.
Yeah.
Get yourself
Actually,
in the
I'm going to
front
show on
door.
Dice made me laugh. Dice just putting his hand on his head, like, what is this referee doing? It was just so bad. And then they added 6 minutes on. I don't know if you watch Match of the Day, even when they get the corner at the end, he goes, I don't know whether they're getting this all extra added on time. We're in the 98th minute here, and then they nearly scored. I was like, that would have been peak Everton. As soon as that corner went, I was like, we're going to score.
It was swapping shirts mid-game.
Oh, yeah, Brampwich was having his shirt ripped off him as well.
Yeah.
It was
How was nothing given there? It was over his head.
Yeah. This is the thing. The only thing Brampway had to do then is obviously when he was ripping it, is just move backwards. The shirt comes off him. The referee has to stop playing like, well, evidently you had hold of his shirt.
Yeah, but knowing that referee, he'd have booked Brampway for having his shirt off.
Yeah, for taking it off, celebrating.
Ironically, that would have been his second yellow as well. He would have got sent down. That would have been peak Everton.
Absolutely would have happened. Oh man, you have to laugh because if you don't, you'll cry.
To be fair though, the EFL refs aren't much better. On our game on the weekend, he added 4 minutes on, and within first 30 seconds, they had a player injured on the floor. He got up, hobbled off. Then they got the ball in the corner, kicked it out for a throw-in, chucked it in. So we literally wasted 3 minutes of the 4 minutes, and he just blew on 94. It was like, hang on a minute, we're playing 30 seconds. This is fucking hell.
EFL, they get the cast-offs. Like if Premier League think
that's shit. Your shit refs get relegated to come to us.
Yeah, punishment.
There was one more issue as well. So literally, as they added on time, obviously the ball went on. I think McBurney had a shot, and Tarkovsky must be 2 yards away. He puts his head down, smacks on the head, goes out for a throw-in. And obviously he's out thinking, waste a little bit of time. He's like, actually, shit, no, because the physio's going to come on. So he gets up, but the referee's blowing for the physio. And he's like waving him on. And Tarkovsky's like, no, I'm good. He's like, no, I'm giving you the physio. He's like, well, I don't want him. Gives him the physio and he goes, right, you need to go off now for 30 seconds. He's like, no, I'm fine. I didn't want the physio on. You made him come on. So he's walking off the pitch, and obviously they must have been communicating. And he went, "Fuck it, sat down." He's like, "Sub me," and I was so glad he did because they had a throw in, and all they were doing was just roaring laughing them. And Tarkovsky's like our biggest centre back. It was like, do you know what I mean? Like absolutely ridiculous. Honest to God, 12 men. So
that was a fantastic block with his face, though, wasn't it?
It was ridiculous. Like literally, just put his body in the way.
Straight in the mush, full on, bang.
There's one that's not on the list. Who was it who got the head kicked off? Was it on in the West Ham game? West Ham United?
No, there was one in the Arsenal game. Someone had the red. No, they were saying that Kaya tried to get kicked in the face, but it wasn't.
And then there was like a player on the deck, and another guy went for a volley and just connected with his head instead of the ball.
That was someone against West Ham. Was that last week?
Yeah. I think it was. No, I think it was just an old game from a while ago. It just popped up, and I think I shared it in the group chat. What a shot!
Yeah,
that was it. Obviously, having not bothered with the weekend's highlights, I wasn't sure. If it was from then.
It was in the Everton game, and the bloke who got kicked in the head got sent off.
Got sent off for getting in the way. For bleeding on his shirt.
Shouldn't be that low.
Next up, we have Tottenham for top 4. Interesting query that you've put there, Crippy.
Throwing it there. I'm not going to fall, head over heels for them yet because obviously it's a long season to go. But they did it pretty good. Maddison's firing. Son's now scoring goals again. That's the big one because obviously last season they needed Kane or they had nothing and they were still bad. But with Son getting on the score sheet and looking really sharp, that could probably cover Kane's absence. Clearly, they're confident enough they've got enough of an attack to do so. So, yeah, why not?
I don't know if they'll finish top 4, but
Man United and Chelsea are like
if they keep up this form, they will. But
yeah,
yeah. And
not to be mean to Newcastle. Obviously, Newcastle, Man United, and Chelsea are all right now. You'd say, yeah, they're not going to make it just based on what we've seen so far, and obviously Tottenham have done all they can. So until they have that period where they might lose a couple of players here and there with injury, we'll see what kind of character they've got.
They're playing some decent stuff though, Tottenham. I watched them. They're playing some decent stuff, to be fair.
They had a good pre-season too. Yeah, really exciting football, and they had a really good pre-season. Lots of games in there, and they took it seriously. I think they won the majority of their matches. And yeah, the squad looks pretty good. I'm surprised because I didn't think a lot of their team, obviously because of the high last season went, but it's worked. The people they've added have been made instant contributions. So
Huge.
Yeah.
I was going to start ranting about Newcastle off the back of something you said, but I'm not going to. Let's move on. Cameron Archer's class. Villa fans annoyed with Solden, especially with Watkins struggling.
Liam's laughing. Liam's laughing.
Well, exactly.
He looked lively, and I'm just annoyed because if he's scoring in the Premier League, why the fuck didn't we keep him? Watkins is kind of a barn door at the moment, so it would have been ideal to have Archer as that second option, But we got 20 mil for him. He's a really good player. Like I say, all the fans were happy to keep Archer because obviously academy player, young lad, can clearly finish. Yeah, he's not good at holding up the ball yet, so he's not quite ready to lead the line in the Villa team. But he'd be great off the bench for us. He would start some games when Watkins needs a rest. So that one does piss me off a little bit.
Because he looked shit hot in pre-season.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his confidence has gone a little bit. I'm not sure why. He's our main man, but yeah, just he does have these periods sometimes where he'll go a few games where he'll just miss a boatload of chances, but yet he'll make chances out of nothing because of how good his movement is. So it's a funny one. He's almost like Cavani in a way, where he works so hard on making opportunities for himself, but he'll just bottle them. So yeah, I'm hoping he'll turn it around. Obviously, he didn't make the England squad, so we can't really complain with that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes afterwards.
2 positives for Everton on the list now. Pickford justifying being England's number 1, and Beto are looking promising early on. Discuss Liam.
Those look so good. I mean, I'm not going to get ahead of. Not going to. So that bet was Watkins against Everton as well, by the way. He had Watkins to score past us, and when they got the penalty, he was like, "Yes."
Sorry, Jack.
I was so happy when Douglas Luiz stepped up. I was so happy. I was like, yes, I don't care.
Oh,
God. And then he got subbed as well, and what's his face scored? The lad that came on scored, Javan, wasn't it?
Duran, yeah.
Duran.
Duran.
Yeah. But Beto, yeah, I mean, he's like 6'4", 6'5". His legs are like the lampposts, but he's so fast and he's strong as hell. Honest to God, I'm so happy. Can't wait to see him play properly.
On his debut was sublime, like.
It was. I mean, he's going to Doncaster, but it was very good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter defenders. He'll hold up the ball and he'll just roll them. He's so confident in his ability. He's like, it's fine, I'll hold the ball up for a minute. And then you think he's going to just let it back. It's like, no, I can roll you and take you on as well. Yeah, so he's got all the facets to his game.
His acceleration is unreal because he takes the ball past him and it's like, oh yeah, you're not going to catch that. Next thing, he's there. Like, there was a chance in just on the stroke of our time. We got the ball like in the corner and he turned whoever it was, rolled another one. All he has to do is pass it. It's probably a tackle.
Yeah, that one was awesome. He cut inside when the defender slid. That'll come.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks a good progress.
Because then straight after the second half, he got the ball through, and I don't know, he just like panicked, and he just absolutely shanked it. It was like, come on, head up, pass the ball. We have plenty of them. Danjuma did it as well. But Pickford's Pickford, England's number 1.
It's just a novelty having a striker, isn't it, mate? Someone who could just have a shot at goal, that's all you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Rondon's in.
Evening, Liam. Miss a lot of the stream speaking. And let's see, where do you think Evan Ferguson will end up next season? We touched on that earlier on and kind of said that Brighton will probably keep him next season, sell him the season after.
Yeah.
I mean, if United hadn't signed out Højlund, I reckon it could have been a good fit. He's a good striker,
yeah.
But still got 22 times to grow.
Chelsea will probably buy him for about fucking 200 million and then just ruin him.
Give him the number 9 shirt. And just,
the curse.
You've got to hand it to Chelsea, though. They're efficient. Like, they don't mess about. They get these players in for a fuck ton of money and ruin them straight away. They don't even...
The minute they hear they're available, don't
give them time.
Palmer's like, oh, maybe I'd like to play a few more games. Chelsea straight in. How much, Man City? How much? 45? Yeah, go on, we're buying. Straight away. Like, not even hanging about.
It's like on the list, haven't we? That wasn't even a...
good
Pochettino signing.
It's just Chelsea and Forest just ruining transfer day with it. In January, they're just going to sit outside Stamford Bridge and fucking City Ground. That's all they're going to sit.
Yeah.
County Ground, whatever it is. Sorry.
That Chelsea team would be very good to manage on Football Manager, though. You have to admit, there's so many players to choose from. It's like just find a good combo, wouldn't it?
Every week, someone knocking on the door.
Every week, I want my players.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the next one. That was actually a fucking mint segue. Oh, what have you put this on for?
What for?
Class.
Oh yeah.
Howard, and let's praise Liverpool for a bit.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, they look good. They could have scored, like say, 6 or 7 against us. So many times they were in on goal, in behind our defense, and we and so many times when we tried to attack, we just lost the ball. They countered us because we just looked slow, tired, didn't look imaginative at all. Just levels above, you know.
What you're saying is you learned a lot from your trip at St James's Park to playing the high line.
Learned nothing, absolutely nothing from that game at all. Did the same thing as Liverpool. Liverpool are probably going to be. I back them to be City's biggest challengers, them and obviously Arsenal. So they look like
same.
it.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they'd recover from last season, but it looks like they will. Which
their attack's too good.
It's another full season of turkey-toothed cunt.
The thing is, with Liverpool, if you let them play, they'll just annihilate you. They'll just pick you apart. It's like City. If you let them play, it's just game over, isn't it?
Yeah, so we backed off Trent on the ball, and he just ran 30 yards with the ball and smashed one just over the bar. It's like he's meant to be their right back, and just quality all over the pitch they've got. Robertson had a field day as well down the left-hand side. Just made Bailey like an absolute mug, always tackling him. Bailey couldn't get anything from him all game. But Robinson can then just charge up the pitch, doing little 1-2s and stuff. And it's like, they're just next level. So they're one to watch.
The thing with Liverpool, what gets me is they're like City. They have a tendency to have a mad one where they just lose at home to Bournemouth or just with mad crazy results, and that's what blows it for a minute.
Yeah, they're almost enemies sometimes. Man City definitely are. They'll, if they don't win the title, it'll be on them because they fudged it somehow.
Yeah,
they've got all actually look at all the pieces there. That team is very, very good. They should win something this season.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Like they're going to have an off day, like Andy said, they'll get beat off Bournemouth or someone, but they'll bounce back straight away, and that's the annoying thing.
It's not going to be there's goals galore in that team as well. There's goals in that team.
Well, unless Salah goes to Al Ittihad for 200 million on Wednesday tomorrow.
Yeah, good segue.
It'll not happen, will it?
Don't think so. I bet they're tempted though. They're probably thinking, can we afford to lose him? Because I want that money.
31 year old as well.
Before, did either Andy or Griffey see what Paul Merson said?
I can imagine what Paul Merson said.
Well,
he'd rip. I reckon he'd say, I'd rip their hand off. I'd take them the taxi myself.
Not to the extent. He said, I'd probably accept 200 million and then go and give Arsenal 150 for Saka.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did see that, actually.
The thing is, he's not that mad. He is over 30 now.
Ooh.
Not ever going to get 200 million again for him. I mean, Jack can give us an answer in the comments if he wants, but
he's still waiting for you to compliment Liverpool.
When Salah leaves, I'll compliment him. This is the thing. Obviously, it's bad for the Premier League to lose these players. Oh shit! Go. Don't play for me. Don't play for Everton. I don't know.
There's always somebody who will replace them. Someone else will come in and take the attention. So
Hazard's still a freebie. Liverpool getting fit. You never know. Hazard is still a freebie, isn't he?
Yeah.
If he loses some weight, he's got £20. Get him on a treadmill. You might still love it.
Make him run to Liverpool.
With Salah on his back.
Moving on, because that's enough Liverpool talk. Uncle Y, Palace impressing. Wolves look poor. Wolves look poor all season. Wolves are fucked.
If only somebody bet that before the season started, they'd be really clever, wouldn't they? You'd say that'd be like a real smart bet, wouldn't it, to sort of have Wolves to go down?
I said it at the open first one. I said Wolves.
Yeah.
I think I said Wolves, and we all changed our minds after the United game.
Yeah, I think everyone at
Just
one
got
point
beat.
had Wolves in their bottom three. Fucking hell. It's like 9,000 degrees in here, and I'm sat here like fucking Blofeld with this cat. It's like hugging the radiator. I'm dying.
But Palace do look good there. Obviously, I
do.
love me some Roy. Eze was just taking the piss against the Wolves.
It's
dear.
Eza.
He's
He's changed it. He wants to be known as Eza now.
Yeah, he's the man.
Fucking idiot.
They still got.
I love their football.
Well.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. It's funny because not having Zaha means that more players get the ball now because they're not just giving him the ball and saying, please do something. Sort of similar with Villa and Grealish. As good as he was, you do get over-reliant sometimes and you forget that players around you can also play.
And still do stuff,
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the reasons why with Spurs as well. Obviously, Son was always up there, but now Kane's gone. It gives other people a bit more sort of the limelight, a bit more centre stage to show what they've got. So, yeah.
You're not just lumping it to one player and expecting.
Because obviously Kane dropped in, didn't he? So he'd demand a lot of the ball when he drops in. Obviously, players are always going to give it to him, and it changes how you play.
We'll leave the transfer bit to the end. So Sancho's statement about Ten Hag, off the back of Ten Hag's statement about Sancho, what the fuck is going on there? That club is an absolute mess at the minute.
Great, isn't it?
Players and managers falling out. You've got another one just being fucking arrested and dropped from the Brazil squad for being a twat.
Yeah. I reckon they should fold.
That's not a bad plan, that actually. I've always saying that.
Start again.
Share price stock.
No, not start again. Just fold and just cease to exist anymore.
I have to laugh at that. Like the share price dropped 20% today, and they've got that takeover impending, and they're still trying to tell them that they're worth 15 billion. Fuck off, Glazers.
You wouldn't want to buy them now, would you? No, they're not that.
You get a free Norwich scarf when you do.
Yeah, true. That's still one of my favourite memes. Is that office one? Isn't it?
Yeah. Go get the Norwich scarves.
Get the Norwich scarf. But yeah, Sancho, the main point. Would any of you lads take him if they terminated his contract?
No, that's got Coutinho written all over it. We've already done that one with him. Not doing that again.
Liam, you were on the position.
I'll be. The thing is, he needs to play as a 10. He needs to play as a 10. He doesn't have the pace.
Yeah, true.
That's where I want to make to United. He's more like Pino. Played on the left for us, but we had Baines that was bombing up. But he's a playmaker. He's not a winger. That's the thing. I think he's getting wasted, but he's not going to play that position at United because of Fernandes. And then it's like him. We've got Mason Mount for some reason. But so he'll go back to Germany or somewhere and just absolutely smash it.
Yeah, I think
we should do.
It's in everyone's best interest, really, now just to terminate his contract and let him.
He can't play another game behind, surely not.
Nah.
You won't think so.
Not under the sentient bearded worm.
But when you're worth that much money, though, it's obviously Man United don't want to just lose it for nothing. They've invested 60 mil. He's putting on 200 grand a week.
It's going to cost them 9 million to terminate his contract. That'd be like 70 million.
Well, they'll do what they normally do. They'll terminate his contract, then buy him again in 4 years' time for 100 million or something.
Under a different manager.
Yeah.
I think I'd have him in Newcastle if we hadn't already recruited heavily in the midfield. But, midfielders the last thing we need. We need a fucking central defender and faster.
Well, it's like Liam said, he's a good player. He's just got to be played in the correct position and where he wants to play. That's what it is, isn't it?
Right now, he needs a manager that believes in him who's going to give him the confidence.
Yeah, that first, yeah.
He just reminds me of a bit of a sulker, and I worry about players that sulk like that, rather than just try and make the best of a bad situation. I know it's not ideal at United right now. Not a lot of players are shining there, but it also feels that he's kind of like feeling sorry for himself as well, where it's like, if he was really training that hard and that well, he'd play, let's face it. He's not dropped because of politics, is it? It's like you clearly aren't doing good enough based on what the manager's seen. So we know that. Managers will play a player that's troublesome if they're that good. If they're that, if they can help on the pitch, they play regardless of what happens outside of it. So I think Sanchez needs to do something.
If he's that bad in training, how good must Anthony be? Honest to God, he must be his knees. Jesus Christ, he's so bad.
Did you see him on Match of the Day when he was like out on the right hand side, just with his literally hands on hips, because no one was passing the ball for like a 5-minute period? He was there just walking up and down the line because no one was passing when he was wide open. And they were like saying they almost feel sorry for him.
He just looked like a typical Man United player as well, doesn't he? He's a typical Man United player. You couldn't see him play for anybody else. Just there.
He looks
Flash
looks
without
like
any
someone that probably
products.
is in trouble with the police. That's what he looks like. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, not playing for Brazil right now.
No.
Yeah.
We've got another one. Damari Gray's statement about Daesh. I haven't seen
No.
this one, Liam.
Very fucking funny.
Well, I don't know if it was about Dyche, it's about someone. He just says, obviously, the Everton fans have always been behind me and supported me, but something about when I'm not being trusted or something regarding the club. That's what it is. But I think that's because, obviously, he's supposed to be going to Saudi, but they've not pumped up the money yet. It's not our fault, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just ridiculous. You should have said to him, look, this is the deadline. Deadline day is deadline day for you to go. You're not going after that. But I said it the other day in the chat. I think I said it on Twitter as well. Like, we've played 3 games over the weekend with no wingers, and he's just been sat at home with his finger up his ass. It's ridiculous. Like,
I rate Damari Gray.
We're playing it. We're paying him the money. He's still an Everton player.
Yeah.
Well,
no, that's a strange one. Like I say, I rate him, but I don't know what's going on there.
I never understand why managers have that kind of bomb squad, because, like I say, it's like you've paid for this player, make him get fit, and then just say, we're going to play you whether you like it or not. You're going to, if you want to move, then fight for your move, but you're going to have to play. You're our asset. You belong to this club. So it's an awkward one.
Their window ends this weekend, doesn't it? Or this Friday.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, because apparently he's getting reintegrated into the squad after the international break. But he's going to Jamaica, and he's going to Jamaica in a couple of days, opening a school or something. He plays for Jamaica now.
So he's not going to train for ages, is he?
What gets me as well is you get these players who are on the sort of frozen out a bit. You think to yourself, or they refuse to play. You think to yourself, if you get your ass in gear and get yourself in a team, you've got more chance of someone buying you. If you're playing good football, just fucking get on with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's in his best interest on Everton's to have him play and play well.
The way I put him, though, I probably listen to him. I agree with him. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Is it weird though that Dyche is there's like disciplinary issues in the squad? Because Dyche is known for a guy where everyone kind of would jump off a cliff for him.
Yeah.
The thing is, everyone's pointing the finger at Dyche. It might not be him. Do you know what I mean? It might be the owner or Ken Wright saying, "Look, you're an asset. We're going to sell you. We're not playing you because we don't want you to get injured."
True.
And then obviously the window's shut. It's like, shit, he's not gone yet. Right, great. Look, we're gonna. No. You said I was up for sale. That's probably what the issue is.
Probably.
Like, that's my only guessing. It's the reason we've not played him. Do you know what I mean? Because we've had a player there. We've had literally 2 keepers on the bench all season. We can't even fill the bench. It's that bad.
That's a fair point.
He's just sat at home, so it's just ridiculous. Because at the same time, if you want to sell someone, you're not going to play them, because if they break the leg, then you got no money.
You're now footing the bill for ages.
Gareth Southgate picked his England squad, and somehow Maguire and Phillips are in there again. I've played more Premier League football than they have this season.
Well, actually, Phillips came on the weekend. I just want to point that one out.
And Maguire came off the bench, didn't he? And then
Maguire came on as well, yeah.
So
oh, well.
Him and Johnny Evans were lined up alongside each other.
Absolutely justified. I don't get it. Yes, they've both done well in an England shirt and that they are reliable, but they're not playing for the club. So how can you possibly say that they need to be selected for the country when there's other players doing bits out there that could get in ahead of them?
What did he say? I'll pick them on form, not just who they play for. That's what he said.
It was football reasons, he said. I picked them on.
The thing is, though,
on football reasons, but they're not playing football.
I honestly don't mind managers having their favourites, because you do have to give some players the benefit of the doubt when they play well for England. But like you said, there are literally players now that are better than Phillips and Maguire, based on form, based on just ability, or whatever. That England don't suffer from not. If we kicked out Maguire and Phillips, there's so many other players that could come in, like Gay from Palace. Obviously, there's Colwell at Chelsea as one of the players like that could be getting a look in a worse show. So I like Southgate, but he makes a rod for his own back with stuff like this because he's got such a wealth of talent. Sterling's unlucky to not get the snap. Yeah. And Sterling was his guy before, wasn't it? He was always the one that was picked for England because he was useful. But these decisions are going to be make or break for Southgate.
Not that it's going to matter because after the Euros, he's gone anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, apparently so.
So who the hell do we replace him with?
I wonder, Ash. I wonder, mate. I wonder what managers feeling the heat right now at their club might want to break out in this next summer, Ash. Yeah, I fucking wonder, mate.
He's going to be on the list, isn't he, regardless?
Absolutely, yeah.
Just because of last season alone. But I don't think he'll go in. Given the project that he's working on right now and how much he's put into it, I think he'd be daft to walk away from it for the England job. Plus, he's only, 45? He's got plenty of time to get that job.
Yeah. Thomas Frank has been mentioned.
Fuck off, Jack! I love you, really. You twat.
Obviously, Pep always gets mentioned as well, but that's not going to happen.
Potter hasn't got a job yet, has he? Maybe he's just waiting.
He's still getting paid.
Sean Dyche. That's the next England manager, Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
You're open.
I said it a while ago. Lee Carsley. Kirky laughed at me.
Yeah,
They went and won it.
Yeah.
He's the
Respect.
man.
That's actually not a bad shout. I'd vote for Lee Carsley.
I mean, that's how Southgate got the job, weren't it? So, makes sense.
Yeah. Promote.
Just going to throw Hodgson out there as well. Hodgson's name's going to be out there. Obviously, he's still kicking around with Palace now. He might be a little caretaker manager. Yeah.
Who?
Hodgson, safe pair of hands. Yeah. If there was a period, right, where they needed a caretaker manager for like just a little, a few months, whatever, I guarantee they'd have Hodgson back. Just to keep him
and not
busy.
Crystal Palace, man. It's England. You're Reggie. Right then, let's close out by talking about our transfer windows and how happy we are with them. We'll start with Andy because there was a lot of activity for Leeds.
Yeah, well, we've just literally bombed off all the tossers who don't want to be here. Hopefully they don't fucking come back and all. And yeah, to be fair, he's gone out and bought the players or brought in the players he wanted. Rodon's been pretty solid. Jed Spence came on at the weekend and only played 10 minutes and just looked like one of the best players on the pitch. We've signed the best striker in the league, even though he looks like Tommy Fiore, as Liam said. But yeah, I'm quite happy with what he's brought in, to be fair. We looked, pretty good. Ampadu's been solid. He's playing in with Gray, the young lad, so them two have got a good partnership going. Kept hold of Nonto, which was take it or leave it, to be fair. Yeah, that's mixed across everyone, to be fair. Darlow from you, another hologram to go with the one we've already got.
You get what you pay for, mate. He was worth 5 million the week before you signed him, and you got him for 400k. You get what you pay for.
That penalty shootout, fucking hell, it may as well just been a bit of fog in the goal. Everything just went straight through him. But like I say, we wanted to go out we wanted to go out the cup anyways, so we weren't bothered. But yeah, I'm quite happy with our transfer window. I think if we could see what happens in January and get a few, the only thing we needed to do was bring in a left back and an attacking midfielder. They're the two options we didn't get anybody in from, but we've got Super Junior Fairpo to come back. So
I wasn't expecting positivity, to be honest.
I think he'll be all right in the Championship. To be fair, Fairpo. You know what I mean? He ain't got world class wingers running at him. Do you know what I mean? Just spinning him around, but yeah, we've still got a couple of players we've not seen yet because they're coming right at the end. We've signed that Bulgarian kid from Werder Bremen, that Gruev, and Kamara from Rangers. They was like 5 million a piece, but just to bolster our midfield a bit. But yeah, I'm quite happy with who we brought in, to be fair. It's better than having loads of Judases.
True. Contrast, Liam.
This will be quick.
Before deadline day, I'd say it was okay. Got a couple of wingers in, even though Harrison's injured. Great signing. He signed a striker, finally, but then decided to sell our most creative player after the deadline had finished. Got rid of our third choice striker, fourth choice striker, and yeah, just fantastic.
Just catastrophic.
So I go for a 4. That's being generous, probably.
It's just it was looking so good, and then deadline day they just went and thought, this is too positive, lads. We need to fuck these fans over again.
Nothing shocks me anymore. Sell him over for 20 million. He's in the last year of his contract. Yeah, fair enough. We'll get a replacement in. Yeah. I'd rather keep him and lose him on a free. Do you know what I mean? Because he's our creative player. And then selling Tom Cannon, fair enough. We're getting 20% sell on clause. But then not to sell, but to loan Mopai with an option to buy, not an obligation. It's just an absolute joke. Absolute joke. I know no one likes him, but come on, man. It's just ridiculous.
Get something for him, yeah.
So we pinned our hopes on Calvert-Lewin last season when he's injured. Right, so we finally signed a striker in Beto. Fair enough. What if he breaks his leg? We're back to square one.
Which you will, because he plays for Everton, and that's what look this year.
We'll be back to square one, and then it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We've got one left footed left back at the club in Mikolenko. So yeah,
what's one of them?
Patterson's not been the same since his injury, so we're waiting for Coleman to come back, who's 35 years of age. It's just a shambles. And then as we sold, released Yerry Mina, didn't sign Connor Cody, and for some reason Michael Keane's still playing for Everton. Probably because no one wants him, but come on.
Has Mina gone? Has he? I didn't know you'd released him. Has he gone?
Yeah, he's gone to Fiorentina on a free.
No, I didn't know that.
Bad move.
But 20 mil down the drain.
Midfield look decent. No, nobody asked. Fair play. The Liverpool window has been a bit of a banger. I'll do mine next because Crippy, you're going to pull double duty, aren't you, mate?
I'll have a little pop in right afterwards. Yeah, go on, Ash.
So I'll go with mine first. And like Liam, everything was looking rosy until deadline day, and we decided that we didn't need a central defender. And then the day after, Botman and Shah get injured. So now we're going to have fucking Lascelles and Paul Dummett in defence against Brentford.
Wow.
Fucking hell. It was the only position we really need. I mean, they'll probably both make it back in time, but just if it wasn't for the international break, that's probably what would have been going into this weekend with, and that is just not good enough. We've got Champions League football coming up, and Jamal Lascelles is our fucking third choice centre back. It's not good enough. It's not enough. We needed somebody else in that position. Everyone we did bring in is mint, including the lad that we brought in and loaned straight back out again, Yankuba Minty. He went to Feyenoord and he scored an absolute blinder at the weekend. But yeah, I'm happy with the incomings, outgoings. We only sold St. Maximin and we got money for the Chris Wood deal. Isaac finally moved on, but he's just on loan. Fraser just on loan. But I think his contract's expired, so he'll not be coming back anyway. So yeah, can't really complain too much. I just really wish we'd bought a centre-back. So I'd give it like a 7, maybe an 8 out of 10 for hours.
Just touching on that. I don't understand it. We've got some players who have in the last year of the contract and they're going on loan for the season. So why don't they just sell them or just say that's it and just end the contract? I don't get it.
Yeah, just fuck them off.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Probably that's probably why.
It's happening a lot lately.
Getting money.
Yeah.
Go Villa first or Man United first?
I'll do Man United quickly. It's just, I think everyone agrees that they've had a shocking window, haven't they, really? Like, the amount they spent on Mount was so weird when you think of, like, the market and in terms of what they needed. That was odd to begin with. The Haaland guy looks pretty good. He's very expensive, but he did sharp when he come on. Amrabat on loan, he's all right, but nothing crazy. It's not as if everyone wanted him and whatever, you know. And then they got Reguilon from Tottenham on loan. Again, this is a guy that Tottenham didn't want.
And
yeah.
And Johnny Evans.
Johnny Evans on a free. Yeah, it's not great, is it?
That keeper flops more time than a fucking pigeon.
He looks very dicey, doesn't he? He looks very dodgy. Yeah, there's going to be a few more mistakes coming out of him. So they had a shocking window when they're meant to really push on after last season. So they're really going to struggle. It made me laugh when I looked at the squad against Arsenal. I was like, their squad's worse. It's worse than last season. They still got Martial up front when they were meant to replace. You know, the squad is worse than last season. So really weird for them. Villa had a great fucking window though. I'll give Villa 9 out of 10. I'd say. I was annoyed that we sold Young to Everton. Didn't see the point in that. Loads of Villa fans didn't see the point in that. Didn't see the point in selling Archer. Said that already. But in terms of signings, we got Tielemans in midfield just as cover because he doesn't get in the squad yet. We signed Longley on loan because we lost Mings. That Zaniolo from Galatasaray, nice little playmaker guy. Pau Torres, another centre back, left-footed centre back.
Yeah, that's a good buy.
On the wing, can't really argue. We needed a striker. That is one thing, but Duran has scored a goal now too, so he looks all right. But that was the only thing we did need something cover for Watkins. But apart from that, it's been a fantastic window for us. Filled every gap we needed to. It's just I would have kept Young, I would have kept Cameron Archer. But I understand why the club wanted to make some money through their sale because if he's not going to be a regular starter and you can make 20 mil from flogging him, then yeah, fair enough. And I guess they don't think he's going to be like a world beater striker in the future. So I do understand.
Honest thoughts on Liverpool's business this summer. Personally, I wouldn't have minded another right back. I love Liverpool's business this summer. I think it was exactly what they needed. Soboslai is going to be amazing.
Agreed. Just have a feel. They
proper 6 because they sold for being the own Henderson and got that Endo lad in. If he's injured, they've got no one to sit. That's their issue.
Yeah, because that Gravenberg isn't the
they don't want to play Trent there because he's bad at defending.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They needed a proper ball.
Yeah, that's everything covered this week. We've gone over the hour mark, so I'm not going to ask any other business. I just want to get the fuck away from this red hot corner of my living room and this portable radiator. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, we'll be back next week at 8 o'clock to talk about international stuff, I imagine, because there'll be chuff all else going on.
Fun.
Come on.
Fun.
Yeah, great. Yeah. So, 8 o'clock next week, we'll be back. They think it's all over. It is now.